The fourth letter of the Aleph-bet is the letter Dalid. The Dalid has the phonic of the letter D. And the letter Dalid, like all letters of the Hebrew alphabet, have a graphic design, a numerical computation, and a meaning. Now the Dalid follows the Gimel. We explained in a previous class that the Gimel represents a rich man running after a poor man to give him charity. So the poor man is the Dalid. And that's why the right side of the leg of the Dalid protrudes and extends itself towards the Gimel to make itself available to the rich man who wants to give him charity. Also, the ear of the Dalid is always opened to listen to someone who wants to give him advice or Torah knowledge. However, the front of the Dalid is facing the letter Hey, because Hey represents Hashem, God, and the poor man knows that really God is the one that supports him. And therefore he puts his trust in no mortal, but rather he puts his trust in God. The Dalid also has the graphic design of a doorpost and a lintel, because a poor man knocks on doors to receive his charity. Also, according to Chassidus, the letter Dalid is made up of a Resh and a Yud. The letter Resh looks similar to the Dalid, like this. However, it's missing the Yud behind it. When you put the Yud behind the Resh, you have the letter Dalid. The Dalid is a recipient from the Gimel. The Gimel, we explained, is a Vav and a Yud. The Vav is the teacher. The Yud is the seed of knowledge. So now the Dalid, by the fact that it has a Yud behind it, it receives the seed from the Gimel, the knowledge from the Gimel, or the charity or the coins from the Gimel, but it's behind the Dalid, because the Dalid did not yet truly internalize it. You need the letter Hey, which comes after the Dalid that has the Yud over here, because now the Hey truly internalized the teaching and the knowledge of the Gimel. The gematria of Dalid is 4, and also the Dalid is made up of 2 Vavs. A Vav is 6, 6 and 6 is 12. And the meaning of Dalid could mean a poor person, or a door, a deles, and also dilisani, to lift me up, to be exalted. So how does all of these things fit together? The concept of Gimel and Dalid, the Gemara tells us, represents Gimel Dalim, that the rich man gives the poor man. And similarly, we find that the fathers of Israel were Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They were 3, and the mothers were 4, because the father gives the seed, and the mother takes the seed from the father and expounds on that seed. So the father is 3, the mother is 4. Similarly, we find that matzah on Pesach is 3 matzah, and we drink 4 cups of wine. Matzah is flat and has no taste. It's called lechem oini, poor man's bread. Yet, when you drink wine, you become happy. So the 3 matzah represent God taking us out of Egypt. So the rich man is doing for the poor man. However, the wine, which is 4, represents the poor man, how he reaches now the level of the rich man. In other words, we find that God tells the Jewish people, V'yitzesi, I will take you out, V'yitzalti, and I will save you, V'go'alti, and I will redeem you. This is done by God. We were slaves, we had no power, God took us out of Egypt. However, V'lekachti lili'am, the 4th terminology is, I will take you to me for a nation. That man needs to do on his own. So by the fact that the Jewish people for 49 days counted and refined themselves, they made themselves worthy of becoming God's people. When you get something for free, you don't appreciate it. It's like matzah. When you earned it, you have pleasure. That is the wine. So when God gave it to us, we only had 3 matzah. That's the Gimel. When the Jew reached that level of deserving to be the chosen nation, then you have 4 cups of wine, which is joy. Also, Dalid and Gimel represent potential and reality. The father gives the potential, the seed, but the reality is created by the mother. And that's why there were 3 fathers, which is potential, and 4 mothers of Israel that brought the potential into reality. And when you do that, you reach a higher level. No longer are you a dalis, the lesle, that you have nothing, but on the contrary, dilisani, you become exalted because you can bring the 3 to a higher level. You could bring the seed into a greater potential. So this is the concept of the letter Dalid. Also, we said earlier that the Dalid is made up of 2 vavs. A vav and a vav. A vav is 6 and a vav is 6. 6 and 6 is 12. It was because of the 4 mothers that we have the 12 tribes of Israel. So you have Aleph, Beis, Gimel, Dalid, the first 4 letters of the Aleph Beis. Aleph is Achdus. When there is unity, you have Beis, which is bracha, blessing. Gimel, when you have Ga'ava, when you have arrogance, then Dalid, you have Dalis, you have poverty. So the Dalid is called a poor person because even though he receives from the Gimel, he didn't truly internalize it yet. When you go to the Hey, it becomes totally internalized. So this is the meaning of the letter Dalid.